Hello friends, I am Dr Sourabh Patwardhan from Nandadeep Eye Hospital PG Teaching Institute and FECO SICS Training Center, Sangli, Maharashtra, India. In our center, we have a lot of teaching activities which includes hands-on training as well. Recently, one of my colleagues shared a case scenario where the surgeon did an uneventful cataract surgery, and post-operative 7 day the refractive error was -2 with -1.5 cylinder. The biometry was rechecked, the IOL power was reconfirmed, the eye was quiet, there was no posterior capsular distension, and keratometry was in fact showing minimal astigmatism. So why there was post-operative refractive surprise with high cylinder? There was one more differential diagnosis, that was the IOL was tilted because the haptic was not in the bag. So I told the surgeon that, did you check the haptics and the CCC margin at the end of the surgery? So here is a case I am showing where a plate haptic trifocal IOL I am implanting in the bag. That is the plan. The pupil has constricted little bit over the course of the surgery, and here I am little bit doubtful about the position of the trailing haptic. So I am just rechecking. I am checking whether the trailing haptic has gone into the bag or not. So I am looking for the CCC margin to understand what is the relation between the CCC margin and the IOL. So whether the CCC margin is over the optic or not. So in such case, how do you check? So you have to dilate the pupil little bit. So I think the good instrument to have in such cases is a Y pusher, because you can properly check for the CCC margin. So I realize that now the haptics are not in the bag on this side. So I'm trying to push them in the bag there using the visco cannula. Still I have got little bit of doubt, because if it is already in the bag and I am pushing the IOL down, I may cause zonular loss. So I rechecked using the Y pusher. Just retract the iris to one side and check for the CCC margin there. Because the CCC and IOL are very close, sometimes even with good stereopsis there will be little bit of confusion. So what you have to do is trace this CCC margin, and you can see this, that there is a part of CCC which is above the optic over the IOL, and then it has turned almost perpendicular and gone under or beneath the IOL. So this is the sign that one of the haptic is outside the bag and I have to push it in. So sometimes your CCC is not round and it's irregular, and that creates more confusion. Now this is the way to push that haptic into the bag, and now you can see that the CCC margin is now round and it is over the IOL 360 degree. So until you are sure that both the haptics are in the bag, don't close the case. Now you can see that IOL is well centered and both the haptics are in the bag. So it is going to give me a great refractive outcome. So whenever in doubt at the end of the surgery, if the pupil has come down, you can use even the iris retractors, like here you can use the Y pusher as well, and make sure that the IOL is right in the bag before you close the case. That's the take home message from this case. So you don't need to take the patient back on table to again dial the IOL in the bag. Thank you so much for listening. Do subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.